Who owns this?
Of those who can speak fluent English than those who don't. Here in the Philippines, not many can speak in English fluently. I'm not saying that Filipinos can't speak in English. We can, but not all of us are fluent. It's simply because of poverty. Poverty prevents the youth from going to schools or studying, which they can learn English properly. I myself don't think that I'm a good English speaker. I'm not even that fluent. I even get amazed when I meet people who are really good at speaking in English. And I'm glad that I had a chance to enroll here in AIEP to improve my English skills. A quote from Charlemagne, the first Holy Roman Emperor, says, "To have another language is to possess a second soul." As we learn a different language, we also learn to express ourselves differently. It's like we open a door to another world where we can feel different. Good morning, everyone. I am here today to discuss the 3 reasons why being fluent in English is important.
How do you know if the speaker is knowledgeable enough to discuss a topic given to him or her? Majority of the people know if the speaker is knowledgeable when they are aware or exposed in many things. For me, being knowledgeable is simply reading, interacting with people, and basic experiences. There is a quote from Ben Franklin, "An investment in knowledge always pays best in interest." As early as now, you have to give your everything in education and in training for you to have good foundation when you grow up.
When we are communicating with others, we intend to learn through speaking. Like when I attended a class from an international lecturer, I'm able to talk to him because I know their language. If I don't know English, then it will have been a hard time for me to understand what he's trying to tell us. The second reason is learning English can help us to find a job. It will be easy for me to be employed when I'm good at English, and it will be easy for me to find a job abroad. But my parents told me that I should learn more better about English. So that's when I graduated in college. I can find a job easily.
The good speakers always practice. Good speakers always practice for them to be a good speaker. For them to be a good communicator and master an art of communication. There's a saying that goes, practice makes you perfect. It means that practice smart became a great speaker and being successful. So today we will talk about 3 habits of a good speaker that we always practice. First is preparing well. Preparation is the most part of making successful presentation. Example: everyone has prepared to do our own speech.
Yes, I'm fluent speaker. Would you listen to me if I am a monotonous speaker? Mom, would you listen to me if I am a good speaker? Of course. Which one would you prefer? A monotonous speaker or a good speaker? Majority people would prefer listening to a good speaker rather than a monotonous speaker. Not even me. I would prefer listening to a good speaker rather than the monotonous speaker, because good speaker doesn't only have a confidence, it also have a sense of humor. According to my mother, it's easy to hear but it's difficult to listen. It means that if you hear, you use your ears. If you listen, you use your heart. So today, we will talk about 3 benefits of being confident and fluent speaker. 1. You'll be popular. Why? People will seek for you, and whatever you say, they will believe in you. For example, do you know John Maxwell, Mom?
Yes.
Mom at the back, do you know Carmelita? Well, they are both great motivational speakers. That's why they are well sought and very popular. 2. No fear of impromptu or on-the-spot speech. In this case, this improves your analytical thinking and critical thinking. For example, yesterday we had an impromptu or on the spot speech. I think I did well because I did my parts good. And the last but not the least, being confident and fluent speaker is the pleasure of sharing, motivating, and of course, inspiring.
So, why do you think English must be learned culturally as well as academically? Most Filipinos only tend to learn English based on academics. They don't immerse culturally with the language. I myself have experienced learning English in my school. They haven't actually taught us about the culture of but they only taught me basic grammar and composition. There's a quote that goes, "You can never truly learn a language without knowing its culture." The quote is simply like this: you can never learn basketball without playing it. So today, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why we must learn English culturally and academically. First is so that we can be fluent when we speak in speaking English. How? In your classes or in your schools or summer classes like AA Pro, they teach us proper grammar, music patterns, and how to speak confidently in class. But being fluent in English is not enough. You'd also need to learn to know the background of the language that you're speaking, so that for you to understand more of it and become a better English speaker. One example is when you talk to a stranger. Do you simply just say hello? No. You would rather ask questions about the person so that you could understand him or her better. Last is, so in the future, you would not get too problematic in finding jobs. Why? Because we already know how to speak English, and it is one of the most basic requirements in most of the jobs today. An example is when you dream of becoming a call center agent, and you will talk to people from the States. Imagine that you don't know how to speak English. You'd be sitting there on your chair like a fool, listening to an American that you can't even understand a word that he or she says. So today, I talked about 3 reasons why we must learn English culturally as well as academically. First, so that we can be fluent in speaking in English. Second is because speaking English fluently is not enough. And third is so that we won't get
Okay, again, there you go. One more. Everybody say yeah!
yeah.